Hello, Andy the Maniacal Cinephile here with my thoughts on Kong, Skull Island. The film is a reboot of the King Kong franchise and serves as the second film in Legendary's Monsterverse following Godzilla.
Before we begin, no, that is not Harambe. Now put your dick away!
Monarch, a secret government organization, mounts an expedition to Skull Island, an uncharted territory in the Pacific. A diverse team of scientists, soldiers, and adventurers unite to investigate the island's strange seismic activity. Or so they think.
Is that a monkey?
Oh, he'll have a fun tombstone.
I'm happy that Kong finally tied up the score.
Once there, they discover that Skull Island is home to a giant ape and find themselves caught up in an ongoing war between Kong and the island's monsters. We've had 3 King Kong films that basically tell the same story, so it was nice to see something new. I also like that 80% of the film took place on the island.
I don't know. It just isn't Kong without an hour-long boat ride.
John C. Reilly plays Hank Marlow, a World War II pilot who has spent 28 years stranded on Skull Island. He knows the island, the creatures, and is a friend to the natives. I like Reilly, but from the trailer I was worried that he was going to be the lame comic relief.
I'm trying to scare you.
I'm fine calling them that. Are you cool with it?
Yeah, that seems like
I
good.
like the name.
However, there's more to Marlow. Being stranded for so long has made him a little crazy.
We're all gonna die together out here.
28 years? Hell, I give up all hope if I have to wait in a line longer than 2 minutes.
With his tics and backstory, he's surprisingly the most developed character in the movie. John Goodman plays Bill Randa, a senior official in the government organization known as Monarch. As a young man, Randa's shipmates were devoured by a large creature with an uncontrollable appetite.
Did the kaiju look like Roseanne's husband?
Being the lone survivor, Randa has spent his life trying to prove that monsters are real. Skull Island also stars Samuel L. Jackson, because the man will not rest until he's in all the movies. Jackson plays Colonel Packard, leader of the Sky Devils helicopter squadron hired to transport our explorers. Packard has something to prove after Vietnam, and is determined to win his new war against Kong. His motivation is a nice bit of post-Vietnam War social commentary.
Looks like Packard is fighting a different type of Viet Cong. I'll see myself out.
Unfortunately, our male and female lead characters are underdeveloped with little to no backstory. Other than their occupation, I can't tell you that much about them. Tom Hiddleston plays James Conrad, a former British SAS captain, now professional tracker.
Whatever you do, Tom, don't tell Kong you're a god.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
Brie Larson plays Mason Weaver, a war photojournalist and peace activist. One thing that I like are that the natives are now peaceful monks instead of savages. However, that means no more sacrifices and no more Beauty and the Beast relationship. Therefore, Hiddleston, and especially Larson's character, are just kind of there.
Wow, Nick Fury, Loki, and Captain Marvel all in one movie.
During the credits, Tony Stark recruited Kong to the Avengers.
The monsters of Skull Island were inspired by Princess Mononoke and that they have their own distinct domains and blend in. However, the main threat on the island are the Skull Crawlers, inspired by the 2-armed pit lizard from 1933's King Kong.
It's a no-legged monster in an ass-kicking contest.
One criticism I have concerns the parent Skull Crawler. It didn't seem that much bigger than the babies, and the boss battle wasn't as memorable as Jackson's Kong versus the T-Rexes. I wanted a big finale to convince me that King Kong could hang with Godzilla, and it really didn't happen. Also, it's not a proper King Kong film without a good jaw-ripping. King Kong is the mythical ape worshipped by the natives.
King Kong sure is a lot bigger.
The only thing that can kill Kong would have to be Godzilla. Or a clumsy kid.
The director wanted Kong to feel like a lonely god who lumbers around the island. He's the last of his kind and lives to protect the natives. Kong's design was influenced by the 1933 original, and Kong is once again an upright bipedal creature.
Which I can't say for half the audience dragging their knuckles.
Kong was brought to life via motion capture by actor-stuntman movement coach Terry Notary, who also worked on Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Notary does a pretty good job as Kong, but not quite as good as Andy Serkis. Also, I'm a little bummed that Kong no longer has his beauty, but it takes care of an issue I've always had with the beast.
He no longer comes off as a little rapey.
I didn't want to, but we saw Skull Island in 3D.
We mugged a family and those were their tickets.
The CGI was okay, but doesn't really look that much better than Peter Jackson's Kong from 12 years ago. The cinematography was beautiful, and I liked that the film was colorful. I'm getting sick of all these gray movies.
I thought we were becoming colorblind.
The film also has a great soundtrack of Vietnam-era songs. The music really sets the tone, but became a little excessive and started to remind me of the Suicide Squad. You'll also want to stay after the credits. We get a nice tease for the upcoming Godzilla sequel and the Versus film.
I wonder if Kong will choke Godzilla with an entire tree again.
It'll be a good fight until Kong and Godzilla realize their mothers are both named Martha.
The positives! The action, the quick pace, the music, the cast, and a badass Kong. The negatives! Underdeveloped main characters and an underwhelming finale. So would I recommend Kong Skull Island? Yes. The main reason to go is the overall spectacle of Kong and the island. The film may be a big dumb animal at times, but is fast, fun, and very entertaining. This has been Andy, the Maniacal Cinephile.
Thanks for watching.
And see you next time.